students, I'm going to share with you IELTS speaking tips, specifically the FAQs, which is frequently asked questions. Now, the first question is, what do I do if I don't understand the question? What the examiner says. First of all, this is not a very logical reasoning test. The questions are designed so that anyone can answer them. If you look at some example questions, it'll surprise you how easy they are. They require no specialist knowledge and the examiner does not even have to agree with your opinion. They just want to hear how well you convey your ideas and express your opinion. However, sometimes you may not quite understand what the examiner just said. In this case, simply ask him or her to repeat the question. If there is a word or term you don't understand, it is also acceptable to ask them to explain it to you. Don't overdo this, as it will seem as if you are abusing this rule. It is a speaking test, not a listening test, and the examiner wants you to give your best possible answer, so don't be afraid to let them know. They won't repeat the question or explain a word to you unless you ask. The second question is, do I have to give an answer for every question in part 3? The answer is yes. If you don't attempt an answer for all questions, you will lose marks. However, if you get a question you are really struggling with, you can admit this to the examiner and give the best answer you can. You could say something like, I don't know a lot about this topic, but if I had to guess, I would say. It is unlikely you will have to use this phrase, and it should only be used when you really have no ideas. The third question is, what if I need time to think? The examiner does not expect you to give instant answers. You're not a robot. However, they do expect you to respond in a natural way. It is completely normal for native speakers to use certain words and phrases in order to give themselves time to think. You probably also do it a lot in your own language. Now, phrases that can be used include, that's a difficult question, let me think for a second. That's a very interesting question, let me think. It's very difficult to know exactly, but I think. It's difficult to say, I think. I don't really know for sure, but I would say. The most important thing is not to overuse these phrases. Some students put them in front of every answer and it sounds really unnatural. Remember, they are only to be used when you get an unexpected or particularly difficult question. The last question is, how do I extend my answer? Many students are worried that they will not have enough to say in part 3. In part 3, the examiner will mostly ask for your general thoughts on an issue, advantages and disadvantages, problems and solutions, how the issue has changed from the past until now, and how the issue will change in the future. You should therefore practice thinking and talking about your opinion on common everyday issues like health, the economy, education, and the environment. There is no set word limit for what a good part 3 answer, but it should not be too short and not too long. Too short and you will have failed to develop your answer properly. Too long and you may have to go off the topic or make mistakes. As a rule, I advise my students to try to answer with 3 to 4 sentences. Thank you for watching my video. Keep watching more speaking tips videos and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.